Welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and today we are going to be looking at the ZIL 135M. At least I am 99.9% sure that that's what this truck is called. Now, the weird thing about this truck is that you would look at it, and let's say if you look at it from this angle, it looks like a completely normal 8x8 from SnowRunner or Spin Tires or MudRunner. But the more you spin the camera around the truck, the more odd and weird and strange the truck gets, because if you notice, the spacing between the axles is not a normal spacing. So you have the two center axles that are really close together, and then the most frontward and rearward axles are spaced further apart. Now, I'm not sure quite why they did that in terms of an engineering decision, but I watched a couple of videos of one of these actually driving in real life, and apparently it's effective. Now, what this does do, at least in my opinion, it would probably make it extremely hard to actually high center one of these trucks, and I bet you that that's why they did it. Now, if you look at the truck from the rear as well, is that twin-engined? I mean, one would think that it's twin-engined by looking at it, right? Because if you actually, bring the camera up here, it looks like two separate engines with two separate outputs, but I'm not really sure how these outputs themselves actually interface with the rest of the drivetrain, like if there's some sort of junction box or something like that. If you have any other knowledge on this particular vehicle or this particular truck, please do let me know in the comment section down below, because the mechanical aspects of it, even on the surface, make this thing really intriguing in my opinion. But without any further ado, let's fire it up, get it into the garage, and see what we can do to this thing in terms of customization. It definitely has a little bit of like a classic sound. It's not all that loud. That's one of the things that surprises me about it, actually. Like, I expected it to be much louder. Now, a lot of 8x8s as well, you would expect that they would have, like, you know, more cab room. This, it's mostly dominated by those engines. You're a little far away in the garage there, don't you think? That's like way towards the back of the garage parking. That's a bit odd. I don't know why it does that. Now, let's see. We start with an S Plus power to weight rating, and then it can basically just go up from there, but it doesn't really show it on the power to weight ratio itself, or not ratio, but rating system, because it's already maxed out pretty much. So we're gonna go with the top engine, the KZGT 8530T, which is, as far as I'm concerned, a bunch of like arbitrary letters and numbers that don't actually mean anything, but we've got them in the truck now. And let's see, we got the special gearbox, we've got the fine tune, and the advanced special. On a lot of these trucks, I find that the fine-tune is usually the best balance between crawlability, performance, speed, and adjustability and usability. It just makes the most sense across the board. Now, as far as the suspension goes, you get one option, one singular option, and that's it. Now, if you watch videos of one of these things driving along in the real world, it has like no side-to-side movement. It has like literally no flex whatsoever. It's super stiff. Now, let's see. You get, oh wow, only one set of tires. I figured that there would be a couple of other tire compounds that would be available for this thing, but I guess that's not the case either. Let's see. We get the stock heavy winch. We've got an extended heavy, advanced heavy, and twin motor heavy. We're going to go with I'm thinking the advanced heavy on this one, and then you can turn it into a crane truck if you would like, but there's a lot of other options for you to use this thing for as well. You got a log loader crane, you've got a van body add-on, you've got a short logging frame. Let's see, you've got like just about whatever you might want, and a dedicated sideboard bed that is exclusive to this particular truck. But one of the weird things about it is that I find myself not wanting to put any of these frame add-ons on the truck, because I actually really like being able to see the mechanicals of it. It's kind of weird, and I feel like in terms of actually testing out the capabilities of this truck, I feel like it's really cool to be able to see all of the mechanicals. But for the purposes of this test, we'll put this on for now, and then we may take it off a little bit later. Now, visuals-wise, we've got one exhaust option. That's literally it. And one set of wheels, and you, as of this point, cannot change the color or add any add-ons to the interior. It's very simple. It's definitely, it definitely presents itself in a way of, what you see is basically what you get. So let's go ahead and fire the truck up. And now we're going to take it through a couple of other tests, or a couple of, let's say, directly planned out tests. So I'm going to try to get this thing stuck. I feel like getting this thing stuck is going to be, whoa! Okay, I didn't realize that the rear axle actually had that much steering angle on it. That's pretty wild. That horn is a bit, like, short and to the point, isn't it? It's not a long, drawn-out horn at all. Let's go ahead and throw some drill and spare parts in there just to get a little bit of weight in the back so we can kind of replicate scenarios that we might see out on a campaign map or even a mod map that you might be using this truck in. So we're going to make our way out of the garage, and I don't know why I always look both ways, like somebody's, like, you know, going to be driving down that road. There's no way that anybody's ever actually going to be driving down the road, like, in this game especially, but, like, I feel like I literally just do it out of instinct at this point, and I really don't know why. Does anybody else do that? Let me know in the comments. All right, let's go through the river, and let's actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put it straight into high and just not lift. You know? It didn't even get upset even once. Like, it didn't even think it was going to stall. It didn't even warn me it was going to stall. It was like, yeah, no, you're fine. Don't worry about it. And 5th gear in automatic mode is actually pretty fast. Let's see what we can do up the hill. Come on. Just locking it in. Oh, dude. Not even a single... Oh, we had a tiny little stall warning at the top of the hill. But, like, tiny. And I mean, like, minuscule tiny. All right. Let's try the rock crawling obstacle now. I feel like the rock crawling obstacle is probably the worst place to take this thing. But, oh, easy. There we go. There we go. I feel like I would like a little bit more grip out of the tires. The grip on, like, dirt surfaces is fine, but the rock grip of these tires is a little bit iffy, and I feel like for people using this thing in, like, campaign mode, they're gonna also want some grip in, like, icy and snowy situations, and as of right now, this truck does not have, a set of tires to suit that. Come on, low plus. Oh, God. A little bit of wheel speed. I know this is way too big of a truck for me to take through here, but I really wanted to see how far I could push this thing. And apparently that's about as far as I could push it, because it does not want to go any further. Let's back you up. See if I can rotate you around. It definitely doesn't always want to rotate, that's for sure. And when I say rotate, I don't mean, like, rotate in the way that you would, like, rotate a car on a racetrack. I mean, like, literally rotate as in rotate itself in place. See, this is the downfall of having this type of setup, because there's not really much you could do once you get yourself into a situation that is this sketch. So, with that being said, we're going to need a little bit of a rescue real quick. I'm going to go ahead and grab, like, I don't know, the Mega Cab Runner. That should be fine. And we'll just basically use this guy as a counterweight to get that truck out of its, well, predicament. Let's see. How tricky are you going to be to rescue? Come on. Bruh. Come on. Oh my God, are you serious? Dude, the thing doesn't even want to move. Okay. All right. All right, okay. All right. This is, wow. All right. I'm not actually sure how I'm going to do this now. I'm going to put another Mega Cab Runner down here, and then I'm going to give this one the, let's see, the tow and haul transmission, the most powerful engine, and let's see. Also, we're going to put some cheater spec tires on it. And if it can't pull that thing out of there with cheater spec tires, I have no idea what we're even doing with this thing anymore. All right. Is that thing on? Oh, well, it's on now. Are we going to get rid of the dev tools? Full send. This is maximum power, maximum grip, cheater tires, like every last possible thing. All right, we flipped it over. That's fine. We're going to keep on pulling it. And it's good to go. All right, we're going to shut you down, change trucks, and give this thing a quick repair. And she's good to go. Oh, God. Yep, we're gonna back it up. Okay, this is weird now, because I feel like if we were trying to make this turn, like in campaign mode, for example, it would just be really tricky. Like, honestly, it would be really, really difficult to do without spilling whatever cargo. Like, look how rigid this thing is. And I get that that's part of the realism factor of it, because, again, I watched a video of this truck in real life. It is freaking rigid, but, like, I don't know how that's gonna translate over to a lot of the, oh my God, a lot of the scenarios that you could wind up in the campaign mode. Now, we do have to test it out in the mud, and I have a feeling that it'll probably do okay, and the dips obstacle, it'll probably just cruise right over it, but I want to know what it does on the bridge jump. And I know I'm not going to skip ahead to the bridge jump. The bridge jump is going to be at the end. Don't you worry. The bridge jump is going to be at the end. But let's see what we can do in the mud first. It actually looks like it's kind of floating. Like it's kind of almost like floating above the mud on this weird like top layer. That is so fast. Why is it that fast in automatic mode? That is gnarly. Bro, it's not even sinking yet. What even is this thing? It also has the turning radius of like Saturn. So, yeah, I was literally aiming for this mud pit right here. And what? Hold on. It should not have been able to cruise through that easily. I'm going to have to take one more lap back around and try to plunge this thing directly into it because, bro, I don't know how you would even, like, make this thing go through something like that in campaign mode. You just not lift. You would literally just not lift. Why is this better in the mud than some of the mud trucks I've driven? Look at this. It doesn't even care. This is a totally different turn than I expected this to take. I never expected this to be this good in the mud. Why is it this good in the mud? This is nuts. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, that is not a result that I ever expected to have. All right, so pulling up to the dips obstacle now. This one's going to be kind of weird, but I also feel like it's going to be one of these obstacles where this will probably just cruise it. Can I? Ow. Can you not? Oh, really? I tried to winch catch on the other side, and it was just like, no. No, that's not going to happen. Yep, you know what we're going to do? We're going to grab our third Mega Cab Runner because, well, recoveries are a thing, and this thing absolutely needs one. Oh, come on. I hate when it's like, oh yeah, you're probably connected to that truck, and it's like, actually, no, you're connected to a small plant, and you're not going to be flipping this thing over. And I'm like, really? Come on. It won't go. It literally wouldn't go. It literally would not go. I had to put it in low range and then put it in automatic mode again to get it to go. Ooh, it's got this weird, like, wacky rebound. Look how much the rear of the truck rebounds up. That is, oh my god, that is so wacky. I don't understand some of the characteristics of this truck. Like, there are times when I go into these tests with, like, SnowRunner mods where I'm like, yeah, I have a pretty good idea of what to expect. This, I thought I had a pretty good idea of what to expect. I had no idea what to expect. Like, every single one of my expectations was thrown out the window in a good way, like, in a way that I'm happy with, but at the same time, oh god, before you smash into the freaking gate. But no, like, they were thrown out the window in a way that I'm just not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how to process what this thing does. I'm genuinely not. Let me make my way down the main road. I just honestly need to see if I can figure out how far this thing is going to fly off the bridge jump. I have a feeling that with the way it's performed in some of these other obstacles, I have a feeling it's going to nosedive. Now, I could be very wrong, but I think I'm going to be pretty accurate on this. I think it's going to nosedive pretty hard. What is interesting, too, is how it actually handles really, really well on pavement, being helped by that rear steer. That's really impressive, actually. All right, full send. Straight into neutral, by the way. Yeah, fifth, neutral. It's going to go faster in neutral anyway. Yeah, we were already at max speed in fifth gear. Oh, God. Yeah, I predict nosedive. Nope. Wow. Didn't even nosedive in the slightest. And it took one of those barrels and just, like, threw it into oblivion. It treated it like a freaking bowling pin. Sheesh. All right, well, this thing is definitely a weird, strange, odd, and awkward truck, but it's got a lot of charm to it, and I think if you're looking for something to really change up and diversify your SnowRunner garage, definitely give this thing a look, especially if you like weird trucks. And if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time.